Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to episode 3 of the Wrestling Wrap Up. I am your host, the Megastar Austin Savage. On my last episode, I talked about all the goings on of this past weekend in the world of pro wrestling. I'd like to go back now and talk about what happened this weekend. Friday night, you had Ring of Honor's Honor Takes Center Stage from Atlanta, Georgia. It was a really great show. For anybody that saw it, I mean, you all know. For those of you that didn't, it was the best show of the weekend. And night 2 was good, or day 2 was good, rather. But night 1, I mean, set the pace for everybody. I mean, and for those of you that watched my previous video, my predictions came true. I picked 3 matches, and I won all 3 matches. I mean, the Kings of Wrestling were 2 days away from being World Tag Team Champions for a year, and were defeated by Haas and Benjamin, wrestling's greatest tag team. Davey Richards, I won't say he dominated Roderick Strong, but performed very well against Roderick Strong and pulled out the win. That, to me, on that point of the card, was match of the night, match of the weekend, match of the year. Then flash forward to the main event of the card, which was Eddie Edwards defending the World Championship against World Television Champion, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. A couple of funny things happened during this match. I thought it was really funny when the fans were chanting, and pardon my language, fuck TNA. Do ROH fans not watch TNA? Because this past Thursday on Impact, Daniels returned to TNA. More on Christopher Daniels later when I start talking about Chapter 2 of Honor Takes Center Stage. This match, and I'll reiterate what I said in my previous episode, episode 2, this match was not only match of the night, match of the weekend, match of the year. This was match of the year, and it really was, because it was a really well done match. And I'm sorry if the light is glaring into my sunglasses. That's the reason I'm wearing the sunglasses. I just noticed that as I'm recording this. Excuse me. Night 2, or day 2. I always say night 2. Sorry, guys. The Kings of Wrestling came out and just beat the holy hell out of Cole and O'Reilly, who are, up and coming, going to be big stars, I think, if they can stay in ROH. Dave Taylor, who I guess is a part of the embassy, Prince Nana's embassy. It was good to see him in a company that appreciates wrestlers, because he was in WWE, he was in WCW. They didn't know what to do with him because he's a wrestler. A great match. Colt picked up the win with a very quick roll-up, which I thought was interesting because you don't see that a lot anymore. Homicide was defeated by, and I'm sorry if I say his name wrong, Tommaso Ciampa, which was great. I mean, I was happy to see, maybe not the nobody, but, I mean, Homicide, he's great, but I was glad to see this big, big upset. Michael Elgin versus Christopher Daniels was beautiful display of power versus skill. Not to say Elgin's not skilled, because obviously he is. But it was a good balance between Christopher Daniels' wrestling skills and Michael Elgin's power. And it was at the end of this match surprised me. But then as the events unfolded throughout the rest of the show, it didn't. Daniels hits a low blow, followed by the BME, which, for those of you that don't know, is the best moonsault ever. I think mine is better, but, whatever. We'll let him call it that. Daniels picks up the win. I'm sorry, fans, I skipped through the Shimmer Tag Team match. My feed wasn't that great that afternoon. So we'll skip to Briscoes versus the All Night Express. Which, there was another brawl, which I didn't mention, sorry. I'm going off rough notes. There was a wild brawl after the Briscoes match against Cole and O'Reilly on night one, which, I mean, picked right up in this match. The Briscoes won this match after beating the holy hell out of the All Night Express, and basically did a heel turn, which I saw coming after night one. Which is interesting because I think ANX, or the All Night Express, are getting over as baby faces, which is really interesting to me that they're doing the double switch. Excuse me. El Generico, Roderick Strong. This was a great, great match, and I alluded to this earlier, that Christopher Daniels kind of did this weird thing where he cheated. And I mean, Daniels hasn't always been a babyface, but it's been a long time since he's been a heel. Well, in ROH. I mean, he was a heel when he left TNA. So they have the match, and Generico pulls off the win, which is huge for him because, you know, that gets him right up there in terms of a title shot. I'm going to hold a pen because I keep talking with my hands. Sorry, I'm French. Can't believe I just said that. No offense to other French people. So Generico picks up the win, and Michael Elgin comes out and starts beating the crap out of him. Out comes Colt Boom Boom Cabana, which, by the way, I haven't mentioned this, I don't think, on a video yet. Colt Cabana is the current NWA World Champion. Congratulations, Colt Cabana. You're finally a World Champion. Now, getting back to Honor Takes Center Stage 2. Sorry, I'm babbling again. So they take care of Colt, and Elgin and Strong are beating the crap out of Generico. Out comes Christopher Daniels holding the Book of Truth. He blasts Generico with it, thus, I guess, joining the House of Truth, which he was so dead set against. It's really, really messed up, but it'll be interesting to see how they play this out. And the main event for Honor Takes Center Stage Chapter 2 was a Dream Tag Team match between the World Tag Team Champions, Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team, and the American Wolves. Classic tag team match, fans. If you love tag team wrestling the way I do, this is I won't say the greatest tag team match of all time, because I'm sure there were better ones, but really, really good. Lots of quick tags. I mean, they worked over a leg like they did the previous night, which is how they picked up the win in the tag team title match. Haas and Benjamin won this match, so they're on a roll. At the end of the show, Richards and Edwards were having words, so you know where this is going. I mean, everybody knows it's going to be the Wolves against each other for Edwards' world title. That's going to wrap it up for this one, I guess. You know, there's not much else to talk about. This is the Wrestling Wrap-Up. I am your host, the Megastar Austin Savage, and I'll leave you with this thought. There are a lot of stars in wrestling. There are a few superstars, but there's only one megastar. Catch me later for episode 3, part 2, where I will discuss the wonderful, fabulous, phenomenal, oh, who the hell am I kidding? The clusterfuck that was WrestleMania.